Hello, brothers and sisters of light and dark. Welcome to my page. My page is about common sense, and I try to keep it down under the nitty-gritty, under 10 minutes. And if it goes over 10 minutes, it's something very, 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 very fucking important. And not important to liberals, far leftists, libertards, people who believe in God, people like to smoke, people like to drink, people like ayahuasca, people like DMT. Listeners' discretion is advised. You're sensitive, a stick in the mud, NPC, EDBs, okay? I'm old-fashioned, Generational X. You only hear it from me, your Emerald Pillar Godhead King. But anyway, look at this Batman shirt, guys. I'm making this video because an associate of mine wanted me to make a video, so this is just for obvious reasons. This is not for profit, and I have a right to do ridicule and criticism constructively on this video. So this video is going to be a response video on why this Hispanics, okay, because not all Hispanics think like her, okay, don't want their daughters with black men. But let's begin with the video, all right?
Yeah, what's up? Yeah.
Also, I am going to put the link down to this video specifically in there so you can watch the whole thing in its entirety. As I said before, this video is definitely allowed. I'm allowed to do this. You know, I'm just doing commentary on this video, and I'm not taking nothing from him. Okay, all right, let's go.
You are Puerto Rican, and Nicole, you are
from Honduras.
Honduras.
Yeah,
that's interesting. Not to put parents on blast, but how does your parents feel about interracial dating?
Well, straight up, in my house, my parents are not having it with black people. You know, my parents are very strict. They're old-fashioned. They grew up in Honduras, and, you know, my grandma didn't like...
You said black people or black dudes?
Black dudes.
Yes, you gotta make sure you say that right, girl.
Black brother.
Because...
Black cop.
I said black people.
Don't say black people.
What is it about black men that the parents don't like?
All right, so my parents, you know, they're very strict, and they were raised old-fashioned. And, you know, my grandma, my dad's mom, didn't really like black guys.
Why?
So my grandma had a
Yeah, let me tell you the why she don't like black guys. Either A, because of, I don't think she did any research on the IQ of black men. Probably stereotypical news and taboo. She watched a lot of TV shows and stuff like that. She probably saw a lot of black guys in it, and they have a certain personality trait with them. Or maybe because she's jealous of them. I don't know specifically, but I'm just going down a list of things of the reasons why she probably don't like black men, okay? But let's continue.
Daughter, and she dated a black guy in Honduras. And that's when it started. You know, my grandma got very crazy. She was like, you're going to mess up the family. You know, we don't want those people in our family. We want to keep it Spanish, the old traditional way. We can't have another race in our family. So then, you know, my dad grew up with that. So then my dad had me and my sister. And he would always tell us, you guys can't date a black guy. You guys are going to mess up the family. And how is that going to look with our family in Honduras? How are they going to judge us? We can't be different. We have to be the same. So it's like they got raised a certain way. We have to follow that structure that my grandma...
It's also like this with a lot of other races too, especially some Chinese. You know, to me, I consider that kind of racist to do that because they are not really diverse, okay? And so when you keep everything in the family like that, you kind of limit yourself on what the opportunities are out there. But other than that, let's continue.
Left, you know?
Do you agree with it?
Me personally, because I grew up here in America, I don't see it that way because we live such in a very...
diverse community.
Yeah, so it's like you see Dominican with Mexican, Chinese with Indian.
Greek with Puerto Rican.
So it's like, you know, you see all these types of races mixing up together. It's like, I don't agree with that because it's like... there's so many things that you can find. Like, I could date a black guy, or I could date a Chinese guy or an Indian guy. It's like, you just can't pick one. You gotta.
And like I said before, me personally, I look at IQ. So if a black brother has good IQ and I communicate him with well, then that's a match because it's genetics. Because I look at genetics, genetics. I don't like a certain amount of this individuals. I don't like, because I don't want my daughter to be living or being with an irresponsible knucklehead. Okay, but in her situation, I'm pretty sure it's going to be about color. We're going to see if it's going to be about color, not IQ or character. This is a problem for a lot of people. Most people in general, by 80%, are unmatched. They're not compatible. And so this is why 70% of the women, the pathology is very clear and easy to understand, get, divorces. They initiate the divorces because they haven't really thought out everything in advance. Okay, especially these new millennials these days. This is your generational X speaking here. If you got a problem with what I'm saying, you just write a comment and I'll get back to you. Let's continue.
You gotta have them all,
You gotta have them all.
Stress that, is that the same applies to white and Asian men as well, or they just distinctly said black?
It's between black and Dominican. That's a no. There was you could date an Indian, you can date a Mexican, you can date a Chinese. I guess it's just like.
Oh, you out of your fucking mind? Why would you want to date an Indian or Chinese? They got smaller penises, okay? They want her to be unhappy as hell sexually. Yeehaw! I said, oh my fucking God, terrible choices. Oh my motherfucking God. What is white? Okay, those racists. Well, let's continue on now here.
Dark skin color. But I don't really agree with that. Told my parents.
I believe they don't want her pussy to get fucked up. That's what it is. Why would they say Mexican or fucking Latino and Chinese? Okay, you could Asiatic people. Are you out of your mind? Okay. But anyway, let's finish.
I tell my parents, we're living in a different universe. We can't have that anymore.
That's racist.
It is very racist, but there's nothing I can really do. But I tried to tell them, we have to change it up. We have to switch it up. They can't tell me who I can't date.
I say it like this, okay? It depends on your daughters, okay? Me, it's about IQ. If my daughter encounters someone and his IQ is too low, then it's a no-go because I don't want her to be coming running back to me and I'd say, I told you so. This dude is stupid, okay? And he's a smoker, he's a drinker, and I told you so. And I'm just using basic psychology. She gonna be ass out in the streets, okay? I am not gonna take care of a daughter who does not provide and respect for my needs, okay? Because I'm just watching out for her needs instead, and she's not listening to me. I don't want to hear it. Ain't got nothing to do with racism. Interracial dating is cool, but you got to be careful with that, okay?
Wow, that's deep. I appreciate you being honest with that. Do you feel that the fact that they, to some degree, when your dad felt that way not to date a black man, did you say as you got older, like, why did he say that? Like, did you find yourself getting more curious because of the rule that was implanted from your parents?
Yeah, I was very curious because I'm like, what's the harm in it? Like, what's the problem of dating a black guy? What is so bad? What about if they actually bring something good in the table? What about if they actually make me become a better person? Everybody has their own type of flavor. What are their flavor? So it's like, I'm curious. Like, I can show you my Spanish flavor, but what's your African flavor? I want to know what it's like to deal with people like that, because it's like we're always surrounded by Spanish people. We already know what it is.
Yeah, the thing is that I'm not taking nothing from this guy at all, okay? So I'm just doing a commentary. And since, like I said before, I talk about multitudes of subjects, from aliens to esoteric knowledge to, out of this world, okay? Out of the box thinking. And I'm a generational X. If you have daughters, you must lay a foundation down on what they should be looking for. Now, if you have already had a relationship with a female whose genetics is off base, That's up to you to correct that, because, you know, you got to come to me to fix that problem, because a lot of times when people get in relationships, they are 80%, I said 80% incompatible. Women look at the money, okay, and they look at the money, honey, first, okay? Trust me, they do. And then they look at your attraction, okay? If they look at your attraction first, then it could be a whore. So you got to watch that shit, too, because it could just be horny all the time and be a nymphomaniac and shit, and you don't want that shit at all. And most guys are just completely whack, okay? Just completely wiggity whack. You're just going on their sexual energies and shit, and they wasting their time away until you bust the seed, and then you're trapped up because you ain't know nothing about the law and shit, and then you got to go to court and all that shit. And she pitter-pattered her way because she got a baby and shit because she didn't want to abort it. Now we got Joe versus Wade. Okay, I'm just running my mouth. Okay, I'm just telling the truth like it is. But if you have daughters, make sure you lay a foundation on what to look for. Okay, because I teach my daughters about polygyny. I teach my daughters there's a monogamy way of relationships, and there's polygyny. When you have daughters, you're supposed to teach them about how to share. Okay, sharing is caring. You know, you make bigger families. Okay, it's better than polyandry, which most women are technically doing, by the way, when they already have like 15 kids by multitudes of different dudes. You don't need to do that. You need one powerful man, multiple women. Women are like children. Okay, you know, I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying that. A lot of times they need to be bringing more to the table rather than just what's between their legs, okay? And I teach this stuff, okay? And if you're a female, don't get offended by me. I'm not trying to be a sexist. I'm just trying to be logical as possible. No two people are alike. No two men are alike. No two women are alike. No men and women are alike here. If you have any comments, questions, insults, or especially put it down below. If you know how to get in touch with me. I'm using it on Facebook and WhatsApp. And other than that, that's all I really gotta say. I believe her parents was pretty much racist, or probably most likely jealous, because a lot of times them yellow bone people, them crackers, snowman type people are very jealous, and it's just that one thing. Get away from the jealousy. The reason why blacks overpopulate the Native Americans is because you gotta look at eugenetics, okay? Because what purpose did the Native Americans, you know, are for in America? You know, why are they extinct almost? But blacks are not extinct because whites, the Caucasian white masters, use black men more than Native Americans, okay? But to each his own now. Whites had their own people in slavery too as well, so we can't forget about that too, but still more blacks, okay? There's still more blacks overall, okay? But that's all I really want to say that for now. I'm not breaking any policy, but I can get this video removed for saying something constructive, okay, from my perspective or opinion. And I'm also a comedian. But I do have a Rumble, okay, and I do have a MeWe and a Signal if this gets removed, okay. Other than that, that's all I really got to say. So that's what I got to say about her parents, okay. Jealousy, or they probably are racist, or they probably did some studying on genetics, okay, and IQ points on different races. If they did that, they could have said that, but I believe it's more racism, okay? Other than that, I'm out of here, guys. I love you all, but I hate the many of you. And guess what? Guess what I'm going to say? I'm not your average man. I'm not your Peter Pan. Peace.